Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Ngọc Duy and here's what's happening across the world today.
Vietnamese, Thai Prime Ministers contemplate handicraft products. Prime Minister calls for World Bank's assistance for large-scale infrastructure projects. Party chief urges Naen's emergence as modern local development model in new era. Vietnam, U.S. review 50 years of peace and reconciliation.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and his visiting Thai counterpart, Paetongtarn Shinawatra, on May 15 afternoon, contemplated and experienced unique handicraft products of Vietnam and visited a photo exhibition featuring the two countries and their relations. Organized at the government headquarters, the photo exhibition introduces Vietnam, Thailand, their people and relationship through nearly 20 black and white and color photos. In particular, the photos record the development process of the bilateral relationship, from the official establishment of diplomatic relations on August 6, 1976, to the enhanced strategic partnership in 2015 to present. The two leaders watched artisans perform and displayed products, and listened to introduction about Vietnam's unique handicrafts, such as clay figurines, conical hats, bamboo and rattan weaving, ceramics, fine artwood, embroidery, silverware, folk paintings, and lacquerware. This is the first visit to Vietnam by Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra since she took office and the first trip by a Thai Prime Minister in 11 years. During the trip, the two Prime Ministers will co-chair the 4th Vietnam-Thailand Joint Cabinet meeting, the first of its kind in 10 years. This event is expected to contribute to strengthening political trust and offer an opportunity for both sides to review the process of promoting cooperation in all fields in the recent past, in order to deepen and substantiate the relationship in the upcoming era of cooperation and development.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh met with Mariam Sherman, World Bank Country Director for Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, in Hanoi on May 15, calling for the WB's support in large-scale infrastructure projects and strategic development goals. He urged the World Bank to reform lending procedures, provide policy advice, and offer concessional loans in key areas, such as infrastructure, renewable energy, agriculture, and private sector development. Chin highlighted Vietnam's commitment to improving institutions and administrative procedures to align with donor requirements, and noted recent efforts to accelerate public investment disbursement. The Prime Minister proposed World Bank funding for priority projects, including the North-South High-Speed Railway, worth $67 billion, and sustainable development initiatives in the Mekong Delta, such as expanding renewable energy, developing key transport routes, and planting 1 million hectares of low-emission rice. Applauding the bank's plan to offer over $11 billion in loans over 5 years, Chin called for regular dialogue and stronger cooperation to finalize ongoing loan and aid agreements. He also proposed a direct communication channel with the World Bank president. Sherman praised Vietnam's development strategy and affirmed the bank's support, including exploring more concessional funding and offering technical consultation. She also proposed a strategic partnership mechanism to coordinate macro-level infrastructure development. Both sides agreed to accelerate the completion of the country partnership framework and enhance cooperation in priority areas, including climate change response and integrated water resource management.
The North Central Province of Naen should capture opportunities to establish itself as a leading model for modern development in central Vietnam during the new era, said Party General Secretary To Lam on May 15. At a working session with the Provincial Party Committee's Standing Board on the implementation of the resolutions of the 13th National Party Congress and the 19th Provincial Party Congress, as well as key tasks for 2025, he acknowledged Naen's comprehensive achievements in recent years, but underscored that the province still holds untapped potential. In a rapidly evolving global context, the party chief stressed it is necessary for the province to choose a sustainable and in-depth development pathway. Key priorities must include sustaining a stable, secure, and conducive environment for growth, and improving the well-being of residents. He also affirmed the importance of maintaining the party's central role in all policy decisions, as well as of safeguarding national defense and security, particularly fostering a border of peace, stability, friendship and development with Laos. General Secretary Lam called for a bold shift from extensive growth to a model based on innovation, efficiency, and high value-added activities. He said growth must be grounded in science, technology, and human capital, ensuring a harmonious and sustainable balance between the economy, socio-culture, and environment. He also urged a governance shift from management to creation and service. He recommended a modern, resilient growth model based on 4 strategic economic pillars of green economy, digital economy, marine economy, and knowledge-based economy. Lum said the province needs to develop a coherent, transparent, and competitive policy environment for the private economic sector, while building a robust startup and innovation ecosystem, and fostering industry clusters and regional value chains, led by private enterprises. The leader encouraged stronger connections between small and medium-sized enterprises, and large corporations, universities, and research institutes, to enhance competitiveness. Also on the same day, the party chief and his entourage visited and presented gifts to heroic Vietnamese mother Le Thi Sao, whose 2 sons were martyrs, in Ben Thuy Ward, Vinh City.
The Stimson Center, a Washington, D.C.-based independent think tank on international security and shared prosperity, has held a hybrid event commemorating 50 years of peace and reconciliation and 30 years of official relations between Vietnam and the U.S. In her opening remarks, Rachel Stoll, Senior Vice President of Research Programs at the Center, said that 2025 is truly an important year for the bilateral relationship as the 2 countries celebrate 50 years of peace and reconciliation. This year also marks 30 years of normalization of Vietnam-U.S. relations. Vietnamese ambassador to the U.S. Nguyen Quoc Dung shared the driving forces that have brought the 2 countries from former foes to partners, friends, and now comprehensive strategic partners, as well as the core values that have supported this journey and future directions.
Well, I think war legacies is critically important to continue moving forward on. There's so much more that needs to be done in terms of cleaning up dioxin, Agent Orange, as well as finding unexploded ordnance and clearing that and providing disabilities assistance to thousands of people, tens of thousands of people who still need this.
Many speakers are still actively involved in strengthening bilateral relations and promoting the settlement of war legacy issues such as Agent Orange, unexploded bombs and mines, and support for people with disabilities affected by the war.
Counterparts can continue with